And ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the Grant Center here at Averett University's North Campus, located in beautiful Danville, Virginia. We are about 5.5 minutes away from kicking off today's USA South Conference women's basketball matchup between the Pacers of William Peace University and your Averett University Cougars. I'm former Assistant Sports Information Director Davin Wilson. I will be bringing you all the calls tonight or today here on the ones and twos, as both of these teams have a lot on the line today, a lot riding on this game. There is a lot at stake. William Peace comes in at 8-5 overall in the season, 5-1 in the USA South. And Averett, on the other hand, they come in 8-5 as well, and also 4-1 in the USA South. So right now, William Peace sits at top of the USA South divisional standings, the North standings, and they right now are the king of the crop right now, the king of the roost, and Averett will be looking to challenge that throne and challenge that position here today, as Averett will go for its fourth consecutive victory here against the Pacers. Of course, William Peace also going for its fourth consecutive victory as well, and both teams looking very solid right now. Averett is coming in. They have actually won 3 consecutive, 5 out of the last 6, with the most recent victory coming against Meredith College on Saturday in a 72-56 win. William Peace, meanwhile, has also won 3 straight and 4 of its last 5 games. And coincidentally, just like Averett, the Pacers also have wins against Salem College and Meredith as well within that last week. So we're going to take a look here. During its 3-game streak, Averett has defeated Salem 81-77 on January 5th. Big conference road win there down in Winston-Salem. Also, they have defeated Randolph College 81-80 in an absolute nail-biter on December 30th. And then, of course, as I mentioned, that victory against Meredith the other day, 72-56 last night, actually, yesterday. And really, the Cougars' last loss came nearly a month ago as they fell to a very talented Maryville College team, 71-57, to conclude the Ferrum Classic on December 18th. So you almost have to go back a month to find the last time Averett lost the game. And the Cougars are definitely looking to keep that streak going, but they will have that streak challenged by a very talented Pacers team who is more than capable of coming in here and putting the kibosh on Averett's win streak. So now we're going to switch over here to William Peace. Peace comes in riding a 3-game winning streak as well. They're coming off a 20-point blowout victory against Salem College, 84-64. Before that, the Pacers defeated Meredith 82-78 on January 2nd, and they also closed out the 2018 portion of their season with an 86-84 win over the United States Coast Guard Academy on December 30th. Peace's last loss came 2 days before Averett's last loss, and it came against Christopher Newport University, a very talented program there in all sports, and a program that has really been at the top of its game for pretty much ever since its existence in all sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, soccer. You look at Christopher Newport and you know you're going to get a challenge on your hands. So we're going to take a look here at some individual stats from the Cougars' last game against the Avenging Angels. Brooke Carthen led the Cougars against Meredith with 24 points, while fifth-year senior Alexis Rosia chipped in with 13. You had Raven Johnson. She led the team with 8 rebounds, including 6 on the defensive end, and Kiara Smith also chipped in with 6 boards, including 4 on the defensive end as well. Amani Ajay, Brooke Carthen, Alexis Rosia, and Smith have all been key during the Cougars' winning streak, recording double-digit scoring figures nearly every game. And listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, right here. These are some WNBA professional-type numbers right here. Carthon posted a career high of 33 points in the game against Randolph. Also, Smith added a career-best 16 against the Wildcats as well. And meanwhile, we're going to take a look here at some of the leaders for the Pacers. Michaela Ray comes in leading the Pacers in scoring, averaging 16.9 points per game, while Kahija Daniels is averaging 13.8 a game, and Mariah Ballin has 11.2 points per game. Ray, all-around player as well. We're used to seeing her name and reading her name here when it comes to broadcasting games, women's basketball games here at Averett. She also leads the team in rebounding with 12.8 per game, while Ballin is second on the team with 7.4 rebounds per game. So, as I mentioned earlier, a lot riding on this game. Conference supremacy really is the big thing right now, as both of these teams are headed down the stretch. We're getting just about near the midway point of the season, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So we are going to take a quick break here just to go ahead and pay our respects to those who have served our country with the playing of the national anthem here on the Averett Sports Network. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grand Center. We are now just moments away from the start of today's game, today's USA South Conference matchup. And as I mentioned earlier, both of these teams have a lot on the line here today, as both of them come in. Averett comes in sporting a 4-1 USA South record. Meanwhile, William Peace comes in sporting a 5-1 USA South record. And it's going to be a heck of a game here today, as it always is between these two teams, and also when the men's side from these two teams get together. Always a hard-fought game between these two USA South Conference rivals, and I'm expecting nothing different here today, as we are now just getting minutes from the start of today's game. We're going to take a look here at the starters. We've got Amani Ajay. She comes in averaging 10.3 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game as well. And she also leads the team on the defensive end, as she is one of those players that has a motor that doesn't quit on both ends of the court. She leads the team with 25 steals. Meanwhile, Raven Johnson, who normally comes in, one of the taller players on the court, she comes in standing at 5'10". She is averaging 6.8 points per game, 9.2 rebounds, 1.5 assists per game. She has 51 offensive rebounds so far, and if you think that number is impressive, wait until you hear this. She has 69 on the defensive end. So Johnson very good at using that 5'10" frame of hers to get in there and to get those boards and to work hard. And really, she gets them where they really matter the most on that defensive end, and really helps Averett get a couple of helps Averett string a couple of runs together on the other end of the court. Meanwhile, here's a name that needs no introducing if you are a fan of this Averett team. Alexis Rocia, the fifth-year senior, comes in averaging 11.8 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, 4.1 assists per game, And she also leads the team, with 371 minutes played. Meanwhile, Kiara Smith, she comes in here, the Danville, Virginia, George Washington standout, comes in 8 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and has hit 17 threes on the season. Meanwhile, Carthen rounds out the top 5, 17.9 a game, 7.9 rebounds per game, and 1.8 assists per game. So now we're going to take a look at the starting 5 for the Pacers. Shania Taylor, Monazia Merritt, Kahija Daniels, Maria Ballin, and Michaela Ray. Ray coming in 16.9 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 1.5 assists per game. And meanwhile, Taylor, team high 10 three-pointers. So Smith is going to win the tip-off, giving Averett the ball to start things off. She gets it off to Rosia. Rosia back over to Smith. Smith at the top of the key, gives it over to Johnson. Johnson a little float over to Aja, who's in the paint, and that ball is knocked out. And we're going to have a foul whistled against the Pacers. Foul was called on number 23, Mariah Ballin. And Raven Johnson will go to the charity stripe here, trying to get the Cougars on the board here early on. Her first shot off the back part of the rim. Let's see if she can hit the back end. Get the Cougars on the board just 17 seconds into the game. And we're getting a reset on the shot clock, I believe is what it was. And Johnson's second attempt, nothing but twine. And it's a 1-0 game, so a little confusion there by the Pacers. Sophia Church, though, with the ball. No, excuse me, it's actually Taylor with the ball. So there it's out to number 5, Merritt. Number 12, Daniels now with it. Kicks it back out to Church. It's number 24, Ray, with the chest pass. Number 11, shot up, no good. Ajay there with the rebound, trying to make it happen, and she thought she had Raven Johnson there, but a little bit too much on that. So AJ, one of the Cougars' big seniors this year. Cougars actually only have 3 on the whole team. It's Amani, Alexis Rosia, and Shannon Longworth. So Springer. And Smith is going to knock that one away, trying to get something started back on transition. Chest pass over to Rosia. Rosia posts up from the top of the key, nothing going. And William Peace is going to come down with that board. Holloway, I believe it was. And it's now Daniels, the 5'6" junior out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Went to Wake Tech Community College. So number 23, Ballin now puts it up. Nothing going. That's going to be Johnson with the board. Johnson to Rosia. Rosia picking up the pace. Cougars running the ball. Carthen with the jumper. Nothing going there. It's going to be number 24, Ray, picking up the board. Ray trying to make something happen all her own. She's driving into the paint, and she's going to get hit with the charge right there. Ray going to charge with the charge. So there's the inbound into Rosia. Rosia, fifth-year senior on this team, point guard. And she is a true point guard. If she can shoot, she's got high game IQ. She knows where to go with the ball. Ray coming down with the rebound. She's going to get it out to Holloway. Holloway with a nice pass over to Springer. Back over to number 12, Daniels. Daniels back over to Springer. Bounce pass inside, top of the key. There's number 23, Ballin with the shot. And shot finds nothing but air. So Rosia, both teams struggling right now to get a whole lot going offensively. Only 1 point scored in the game's first 2.5 minutes. That came on Johnson's free throw. And there's a travel. And the ball will go to William Peace. As AJ took one too many steps with the ball. She was well guarded though. Daniels. And Daniels is now going to get hit with a walk, and I was wondering about that one. So Samantha Texan into the game now for the Cougars. Number 13, Texan, the 5'5" junior out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, went to Stafford High School up there in Northern Virginia, known for its athletics. Smith with the ball now. Smith over to Johnson. Johnson to Rosia. Rosia's going to take the tray, and she gets it to fall as that tickled nothing but the bottom of the net. 4-0 now, Averett. Ball gets over to number 11, Springer. Ball passed back over to number 5, Merritt. Back over to number 12, Daniels. Daniels inside to Ray. Ray trying to make something happen. She gets up, nothing going. Smith with the board does a great job of walking the tightrope. Keeps it in on the inline down there. So Texan over to Rosia. Rosia to Carthen. Carthen driving in. Carthen's jumper, nothing. But it is going to be number 11, Johnson there with the board. She pushes it in. Averett off to a 6-0 run to start things off here. 6:23 left in the first quarter. Number 12, Daniels. Ball passed over to number 23, Ballin. Back over to Springer. Springer gets it over to Marriott. Marriott, a nice pass as she looked like she was going in. Good awareness there. Not the best pass in the world, and I believe Averett is going to get whistled for a foul. And it was Carthen. She will get hit with the whistle. So there's the inbound. So number 5, Marriott now, over to number 23, Ballin. And Ray gets it inside, nothing going. Johnson there with the board, quick pass to Rosia. Rosia, a little underhand toss to Smith. Smith puts up the tray. Not happening. It's going to be Ray boxing out there, using her muscle to pick up the board. Now she's trying to use that same muscle to get down. And Ray once again just gets caught up, a little too caught up in the moment. And she will get whistled for the travel. Averett ball. So a few unforced turnovers here so far for the Pacers. Very uncharacteristic of that ball club. Coached by Graham Smith here in his first season at Peace. Smith inside to Johnson. Johnson trying to make something happen. Carthen with the rebound. So Johnson gets the board again over to Texan. Texan over to Smith. Smith trying to drive in. She puts it up. Nothing going. And Johnson, once again for the second consecutive time, is there to grab the board and put the ball back in. So William Peace is going to take its first time out of the game, as the Pacers have found themselves in an 8-0 hole to start things off. We're going to take a quick break here on the Averett Sports Network, but we'll be right back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grant Center. Averett 8-0 right now over the Pacers, trying to keep that momentum alive. As I mentioned earlier, this is a big conference matchup for both of these teams. It's number 12, Daniels, getting inside. She'll hand off to number 23, Ballin. And it took Peace nearly half of the first quarter, but it will finally get on the board. And Carthen will answer right back with a driving layup of her own. 10-2 now. It was Daniels with the basket for the Pacers. As I said, representing the first points of the game for William Peace. It's going to be number 12, Daniels now with it. Little handoff over to number 11, Church. Church back over to number 23, Ballin. Ballin puts up the shot. Does not fall. She gets her own trash. Gives it back over to Ray. Ray puts it up, and Ray is going to get her first points of the game, 10-4. Texan and Averett continuing that fast-paced play on both ends right there. Too many syllables, similar sounding syllables there. And a little over-the-top pass into Carthen. Carthen puts it up, grabs her own board, but she will have it stripped by Daniels. And Carthen will get hit with her second foul, second team foul. 10-4 is the score here so far. It's one of the more enjoyable things about calling basketball. You get to call out scores sometimes that will rhyme with what the rest of what you want to say. So that passes in to number 24, Ray. Ray driving, and she'll put it up and gets it to fall 10-6. So after starting an 8-0 hole, William Peace has come out of this timeout and has gone on a 6-2 run. Smith, her shot does not fall, goes out of bounds. So 3:29 left to go here in this first period. Started off looking like Averett was going to try to start running away with this, score the game's first 8 points. Smith a well-timed timeout, and since then his team has outscored the Cougars 6-2. And that's going to be number 12, Daniels, picking up the board. And Ray with the shot. She does not get it to fall. Rosia with the rebound. That's where Peace is going to have to watch Averett. Averett is great at getting those defensive boards and creating and using them to create something on the other end. So there's number 23, Gina's Wieters. Gets her shot to fall. 12-6 game, 2:45 left in the first quarter. So Daniels with the ball now. Gets it over to Ray. Ray trying to set things up like a good point guard does. Excuse me, she is actually a forward. So 23, Ballin puts up the shot. Ballin a little unlucky there as that ball kind of rolled around a little bit and then did not fall through the hoop. And it was number 23, Mariah Ballin, getting whistled for the foul right there. So William Peace, a well-sized team. Got one player over 6 feet, Amy Hockaday. Got a couple at 5'10" with Ray and Ballin. Isabel Nobles 5'9". So Texan with the turnaround jumper, 14-6. So now let's see if Peace can answer back. Number 5, Marriott with the ball. She'll get it out to number 13, Holloway. Shot does not fall. Texan with the board. Trying to get things set up now quickly in transition. Rosia to Texan. Texan back, or Rosia back to Texan. Texan with the shot does not fall. Number 23, Whiters there. And number 12, Daniels, is going to pick up that loose ball. So Averett right now on a 4-0 run, trying to keep that going up. And it is number 1, Taylor there. And Huddy wants a timeout. She's going to get it. And we're going to take a timeout with her here on the Averett Sports Network. Averett 14, Peace 6, 126, first quarter. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grand Center. 1:23 left in the first quarter. 14-6 Averett. AJ with the pass over to number 21, Lunsford. Lunsford with the shot does not fall. AJ there, but AJ getting hit with the walk right there. Averett looking to move to 5-1 in USA South play. Meanwhile, Peace looking to improve to 6-1. And Daniels is going to get hit with the travel right there. And that is one of those plays right there where you hate to have to call traveling. It was lost her footing a little bit, fell, but them are the rules. Yes, I know that's terrible grammar, but got to go with those sayings. So Rosia, nice bounce pass into AJ. AJ puts it up. And Ajay makes it a 16-6 game. Got to get back into the habit of saying Amani's last name again. We'll get it right before the end of the game. So number 13, Holloway, over to Taylor. There's the drive. Number 12, Daniels. She can't find anything. She gets her own board. Goes back up again. Nothing falling. Texan with the rebound. Rosia pass to AJ. And Ajay, 18-6. So now Peace with the ball. Shot clock off down to final seconds. And Averett will end the first quarter with the turnover. So Averett starts off the first quarter with 8 consecutive points. William Peace comes back, scores 6 out of the next 8 to make it a 10-6 game. And now Averett has scored, and Averett scores 8 of the first quarter's final 10 points to take an 18-6 lead into the second period. We're going to take a break, but we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grant Center at Averett University's North Campus here in Danville, Virginia, as we are starting the second 10 minutes. Averett with a 18-6 lead right now. So number 30, Umstead, getting in there. She's going to hand off to number 12, Daniels. Daniels driving, puts it up. Daniels does a great job to get that layup through in double coverage. 18-8. Just came up there, and I believe she hit that one left-handed too. And Texan now with the ball. Texan gets it over to number 21, Lunsford. Lunsford back to Texan. Texan to Lumford. Lumford into Ajay. Ajay puts it up, nothing going. Number 13, Holloway with the board, and now she's trying to get down quickly, doing her best flash scoring impression. Ball is stolen, though. Ajay now with the ball. She's going to put it up, and in and out, nothing going. Texan there for the rebound, and actually, excuse me, that was Raven Johnson with the rebound, and she puts it in. So that's now 6 points Johnson has off of tip-ins, and as I mentioned at the start of the game, Texan is definitely Averett's biggest rebounder, comes in at 5'10", and she uses that size to pick up those boards and really almost kind of bully under the basket. 20-8 is the score. William Peace, definitely not a huge three-point shooting team, is going to definitely get a lot. Definitely their play is predicated on working the ball inside, and Averett has done a good job at doing that. Number 13, Texan. Texan out to number 21, Lunsford. Lunsford to Rosia. Shot clock down at 9, single digits. Rosia, nice pass over to Johnson. Rosia puts it up, in and out, but believe it or not, Johnson there with the rebound. Rosia over to Lunsford. Hickey calling the play. Lunsford over to Rosia. Rosia is going to get it inside to Ajay. She does not get her shot to fall. Ball is collected by the Pacers, and it is going to be number 21, Cameron Lunsford, the freshman out of Apex, North Carolina. So Wieters and Smith back into the game for the Cougs. So number 30, Umstead. Umstead gets it out to number 5, Marriott. Over to number 12, Daniels. Daniels with a jumper. She puts it up. Not happening. Number 2, Mila Barnes does a great job of getting up there, trying to get the rebound. Just back into the game, but she's only able to get her fingers on it. And the ball rolls off her fingers, out of bounds. Averett ball. 7:47 left in the second quarter. Number 11, Raven Johnson on the inbound. She gets it over to Rosia. Rosia, nice over-the-top pass to Smith. Smith is going to take the jumper. Bounces off the back of the rim. Johnson, of course, there to get the rebound. Kicks it out to Rosia. Rosia to Lunsford. Lunsford, and that pass is going to be stolen on a nice defensive play there by Daniels. Daniels trying to do it all herself. Bounce pass over to number 13, Holloway. Give Daniels an assist as Holloway banks in her layup. 20-10 now is the score. Number 20, Smith, putting up that shot. Does not get it to fall. Lunsford there for the rebound. Pushes it back in. And I believe Smith is going to want another timeout. He does. And it is a full timeout. So we're going to go ahead and take it with him here on the Averett Sports Network. Averett in front, 22-10. 7:09 left in the half. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grant Center. I'm former Assistant Sports Information Director Davin Wilson, bringing you the play-by-play and a little bit of commentary, the best I can provide here from today's game. So Church gets it over to Marriott. Marriott over to number 2, Barnes. It's going to be number 5, Marriott again with the ball. She gets it back over to Barnes. Barnes, nice pass out to Church. Does not fall. Barnes there with the rebound. Gets it back over to number 5, Marriott. Marriott over to number 11, Church. Ball is back over to number 5, Marriott. Marriott over to Holloway. Holloway back over to Barnes. Marriott now with the ball. She's going to get it into, I believe that was number 11, Church. It is. Church does not get her layup to fall. Daniels, though, doing a great job of recovering what looked like was going to be an Averett rebound. Picks it up to keep the ball on the Pacers' end. And it's going to be a charge called on Daniels, giving Averett the ball. So it looks like Carthen back into the game for the Cougars. Johnson, the bounce pass to Rosia. Rosia back to Lunsford. Lunsford over to Rosia. Rosia back to Lunsford. Lunsford over to Johnson. Johnson driving in off the glass. Does not get it to fall. There is a scuffle. It is going to be number 2, Barnes, coming down with the rebound. There's the pass inside to number 13, Holloway. Holloway cannot get to fall, and the ball is out for Cougars possession. So William Peace right now, very uncharacteristic play, having some trouble getting some good shots, working the ball inside. Having some trouble making some things happen. Only 10 points over the first 15 minutes of this game. And it's led to the Pacers getting into a 12-point hole. And Kiara Smith there getting a call with the double dribble. There's the inbound over to number 11, Church. Little chest pass in to Daniels, and Daniels will push it through. 22-12 now, 5:26 left in the half. Carthen puts it up, bounces around, falls through. So Carthen answering right back, 24-12, as I mentioned earlier in the pregame. Carthen 33 points against Randolph. And she absolutely had a monster night in that game. So that's going to be number 2, Barnes now. Barnes gets it in, puts it up, does not fall. Carthen with the board. Carthen with a one-hand heave down to Lunsford. Lunsford over to Smith. Smith over to Rosia. Rosia over to Lunsford. Lunsford back to Smith. And we've got a foul whistled on the play.
Foul's called on number 11, Sophia Church.
And Sophia Church getting hit with the call.
Number 11, Raven Johnson, her first foul.
And actually, it was Raven Johnson getting called with the foul for the Cougars. So William Peace ball as they trailed by 12. 4:43 left in the second quarter. Number 24, Ray over. Ray trying to drive. She's going to fall. And that is the second time Ray has been hit with a travel the hard way as she lost her footing. She had one earlier in the first quarter where she lost her footing, got hit with the travel. And she will have the same result happen to her this time. So Carthen well defended. The ball coughed out over to Rosia. Rosia bounced pass into Ajay. Rebound picked up by Carthen, and Carthen pushes it through and draws the foul. So the foul called on Daniels. Kadisha Daniels getting whistled for the foul. Carthen's one attempt is through the net. 27-12. It's number 11, Sophia Church now with the ball. So Church gets it out to number 13, Holloway. Holloway to Daniels. Daniels inside to Ray. And a quick trio of passes right there by William Peace. And Ajay called for the foul right there. That will send Ray to the line. I believe this is actually Peace's first free throw attempts. A shot in and out. Nothing going. 27-12 is your score. Both of these teams coming into this game with a 3-game winning streak. Averett and both of them have actually won 4 out of their last 5. So both teams right now, very solid Decembers and January so far, looking to keep it up. So Lunsford now. Lunsford bounce pass to Rosia. Rosia over to Smith. Smith back to Lunsford. Lunsford over to Rosia. Rosia trying to make something happen. Well guarded. Pass across the court to Lunsford. Lunsford thought about the shot, changed her mind, passes to Carthen. Carthen spins and kisses it off the glass. 29-13 now. Sophia Church. She's going to hand off to Marriott. Marriott over to Ray. Ray puts up her shot. Off the glass on the fallen. Smith with the rebound. Smith trying to drive in. Nice cutback move right there. Rosia bounce pass into Carthen. And too much time in the lane.
Possession goes to William Peace.
And the Pacers will take possession of the ball. Averett just a few more seconds in the lane than what it could be. Number 12, Daniels. Drives in to Ray. Ray puts it up. Ajay with the rebound. Rosia, excuse me. Over to Lunsford. Lunsford over to Rosia. Rosia into Smith. Smith with the long three. That's going to be number 13, Holloway, with the rebound for the Pacers. Bounce pass, but Lunsford does a great job of stepping in front of that one. Intended for Marriott. So Texan, number 10, Chambers, and Raven Johnson back into the game for Averett. Looks like Ballin might be coming back in here for the Pacers on their next opportunity. Bounce pass on the inbounds into Holloway. Daniels drives through, and she gets it to fall. 29-15 now, 2.5 left in the first quarter. Or excuse me, in the first half. Lunsford over to Smith. or excuse me, to Chambers. Lunsford back to Chambers. Chambers over to Rosia. Rosia back to Chambers. Chambers puts up her shot, nothing going. Johnson there with the rebound. Back out to Lunsford. Lunsford to Rosia. Rosia driving in, and she's going to draw the foul. Ray looks a little surprised at that one, as that was good defense. She probably does have a little bit of a complaint right there. It's Ray's second foul of the game. Rosia at the line for a pair of free throws. Her first shot up and in. 30-15 is now the score. This Averett team, over the last 2 seasons, Huddy has really had the privilege of having a lot of experienced veteran players, and Rosia knocks down her second shot, 31-15. But she's really had the advantage of having a lot of seasoned players returning, and really starting last year, she really encouraged her team to step up the play on both ends of the court, really run the ball on offense, and then get back and play a little bit more man-to-man, press-type defense on the other end. And the Cougars have responded to it, and it's made a lot of difference in the results. So we're going to have number 5, Ronna Davis-Robertson, looking like coming into the game. For the Cougars, she will place Rosia. Robinson, 5'3", freshman out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, right down there by Charlotte. Not too far away. I venture to say about a 3.5 hour drive, and it's going to be a foul, I believe, called on that. Foul called on number 5, Manasia Merritt. Her first, team third of the quarter. So Lunsford inside to Johnson. Johnson cannot get the layup to fall. It's going to be number 13, Holloway, with the rebound. She's still got it. Gives it over to Daniels. Daniels into Ray. Ray back out to Church. Church thought about the 3, changed her mind, drives inside. Off the front of the rim. Lunsford coming in there playing Mighty Mouse, just getting that board out of nowhere. So Texan over to number 21, Lunsford now. Lunsford back over to number 5, Robinson, Davis Robinson. That's going to be number 10, Chambers, getting it over to number 5, Robinson. And Raina Davis Robertson shoots it from the parking lot, gets it to fall, parking validated, 34-15. This is the score, 28 seconds left in the half. And I think Peace right now definitely just playing for a possession, looking to get into the break, looking to make the few adjustments it's going to need to make to try to start getting its way back into this game. Shot clock down to 6. Of course, once it gets into the final couple of seconds of the half. And Daniels gets the shot up, but it shot off, but it does not hit the rim. Shot clock violation. And so Johnson now on the inbound, and Lunsford is going to pick that one up, and she's actually going to try to get down there and add some points before the half. She's going to draw the foul. Marriott, second team foul. It was of the non-shooting variety, though. Neither team in the bonus, so Averett will just simply inbound the ball and look to get on into the break. And Johnson inside to Texan. And so nothing, Averett cannot get the 2 extra points before the end of the half, but they really don't need it as we are through the first 20 minutes of this contest. Averett with a comfortable 34-15 lead. Keep it locked right here on the Averett Sports Network, as we'll be back in about 5 minutes for the URW halftime show. So go get you a snack, get a glass of water, a soda, whatever it is you need to do to get yourself comfortable, and then come right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Averett Sports Network as we are getting ready for the start of the second half. 34-15 is your score. We're going to take a look here at some of the first half stats. First off, for Peace, they were led by Daniels, 8 points. Meanwhile, Averett, they were led by, taking a second to catch my breath, Brooke Carthen's 9, and then Raven Johnson put in 7 as well. So Carthen with the ball. She's going to take the jumper, does not fall. Peace there with the rebound, looking to get it quickly back down in transition, but the press does its trick and forces Peace into a turnover. Carthen with the layup, nothing falling. Carthen grabs her own board, puts it back up, and she will draw the foul. Mariah Ballin getting charged for the foul. Brooke Carthen at the line to shoot a pair of shots. First one in and out, does not fall. So Averett right now has really used its speed and used its athleticism to dominate this game. A lot of man-to-man defense coming in from the Cougars. Carthen hits the back end of her shot, 35-15. A lot of man-to-man defense coming from the Cougars as they are trying to break out their half-court press. And that is Daniels trying to drive in, going to hand the ball off to Ballin, and Ballin will get it through. 35-17 is now the score. Rosia over to Smith. Smith back to Rosia. Rosia over to Smith. Smith over to Carthen. Carthen back over to Smith. Smith inside to Ajay. And Johnson over to Rosia. Rosia puts up a long three, does not fall. Ajay there with the rebound. Carthen puts it up. 37-17. 20-point lead here for Averett. Cougars have really come out here today. They have come out on a mission, and a nice play right there by Church as she drives in. But Averett has really come in. They know what's on the line here today, and they are really playing with a lot of heart and a lot of passion. And Peace is too. Peace with a little four-man press of its own. Coming in at midcourt, but Averett just a little bit too quick for it. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. Looked like it went off on a Peace player. We're going to see where they kept possession. I think they're going to keep possession in the hands of the Cougars, though. And they are, as Rosia will take it in on the inbound. Carthen puts it up. Does not fall. She grabs her own board, puts it into Johnson. Johnson puts it off the glass. 39-19. So Johnson had 10 total rebounds in the first half. That is now 9 points. So Johnson on her way to a double-double. Daniels is going to put up the floating jumper. Does not find the rim. Johnson bringing down the board over to Rosia. Rosia gets it over to Smith. Smith going around the world there. She puts up the layup. Does not get it to fall, but she will draw the foul. It's going to be Mila Barnes, the freshman 5'6" guard out of Carrollton, Ohio. And Smith at the line now for a pair of shots. First one up and in. 40-19. So number 2, Barnes, coming into the game for Peace. Coming in for Ballin, who is already looking at 4 fouls. And Smith puts up her second one off the back iron. Nothing falls. Barnes with the rebound. Out quickly to Daniels. Daniels, nice chest pass into Merritt. Nothing falling. Rosia with the rebound. Rosia, nice pass over to Amani Ajay. She will get called for the travel, though. We'll get the ball back to Peace. 7:07 left in the third. Looks like Samantha Texan will be popping back into the game for the Cougars. That's going to be number 11, Church, trying to drive. And the ball will go back to the Cougars, as Church was hit with the travel. 21-point game, 6:59 left in the third quarter. Rosia calling out the plays. Rosia, as I was saying earlier, really the prototypical point guard, as she can shoot. She's quick, high game IQ. She does not mind passing the ball off, but she also does not mind taking up. And Daniel's doing a great job going down. She was like the Flash right there. She just got down the court as quickly as she could and made the Cougars pay in transition with the hoop. 40-21 now. And it's going to be number 24, Ray, getting called for the foul. And I believe those will be of the shooting variety. Will be, as Brooke Carthen goes to the line for a couple of shots. Trying to see what she can do here. Trying to extend this Averett lead out to back up to 20. And she will do it with her first free throw. So Carthen led the team in the first half with 9 points. Johnson with 7. Rosia with 5. Meanwhile, it was Daniels with 8 for Peace. Michaela Ray with 3. And Ray being held to 3 points has definitely been the big factor defensively for Averett, as Ray entered this game averaging 16.9 points per game. Very talented player Ray is, but she has been limited here. So the little handoff from Church to Daniels. Daniels back to Church. Over to number 24, Ray. Ray back to Church. Church switches courts over with Merritt. Merritt back to Edwards, or Daniels. Daniels goes up, pushes it through, and it's now 42-23. 6 minutes left in the third. So Alexis Rosia now. She'll hand off to Carthen. Carthen over to Ajay. Ajay grabbing her own board. She puts it back up. She will not be able to grab this one as Barnes gets it. So Daniels going in, and she's got herself 4 consecutive points, as Peace is now on a 4-0 run. 42-25 is now the score. So Rosia, nice bounce pass into Ajay. Ajay back to Rosia. Rosia inside to Smith. Smith's going to put it up, will not fall. I believe it was Johnson, or no, it was Texan, who got up there and got the tip in, put it back up, but nothing falls. Daniels trying to go for her 6th straight. She will not get it. Carthen with the rebound. And I believe Peace is going to be whistled for the foul right there. And it's called on number 2, Mila Barnes. So Chambers coming in now for Smith for the Cougars. Still a lot of basketball left to be played, but definitely not the game that we were expecting here today, as both of these teams came in riding hot streaks. Averett with a 3-game winning streak, meanwhile Peace with a 3-game winning streak as well. Both of them really with some opportunities to make some things happen. So Carthen tries to get it inside the Texan. Nothing happening, so William Peace will take over. We're going to let number 11, Sophia Church, the 5'7" sophomore out of Rochester, Mass, tie her shoe. And Church will get the ball to start things off here. The Church over to number 5, Merritt. Merritt over to number 2, Barnes. Barnes into number 12, Daniels. And Ray is going to draw the foul this time. And she will also get a pair of free throws as well from it. As I said, still a lot of time left here to be played, but definitely not the game that we were expecting, as Averett is out to a pretty comfortable 17-point lead at this point. Definitely expecting a little bit tighter of a game, as usually these two conference rivals play it down to the wire. So Ray's first shot in, 42-26. And, of course, William Peace has got all the talent in the world with Ray. Also got Ray. They've got Daniels, and they've got Ballin who at any time the three of them can really go off and become a big difference in this game. So William Peace knows better than to count itself out just yet, but they are in a little bit of a hole. So it's going to be Rosia. Rosia over to Carthen. Carthen trying to drive in. Spin move, layup. Does not fall. Church with the rebound. Church getting down quickly. Gets a little pass off to Daniels. Daniels drives. Does not get it to fall. Carthen with the rebound. Carthen to Rosia. Rosia using her speed. And now Rosia is going to slow it down. So Rosia over to number 10, Chambers. Gets it over to Texan. Texan's going to shoot the tray, and it circles around a little bit but falls in. 45-26 is now the score. Great awareness there to know where she was at on the court and know what to do. And know that she has some openings. So Merritt using some fancy moves on her own, showing her footwork. And she's going to draw the fouls. Denise Chambers getting whistled. It's Chambers' first foul of the game. Averett's second team foul. And there's the first shot coming in from Merritt. It falls in. So we've got number 21, Lunsford, coming into the game for Averett, coming in for Rosia, who has been battling some concussion problems here on and off for the past month or so. And Merritt's both of her shots fall in. It's now a 45-28 game. So Lunsford into Chambers. Chambers gets it over to number 23, Whiters. And Daniels with a nice steal going down. She's going to put it up. Does not get it to fall. Church had the rebound. She's unable to pull it in, though. Looked like it might have gone off of her, but I think Chambers might have gotten in there and got a hand in it, or got a hand on it. Either way, Peace will maintain possession. And that ball is out to Church. Church driving in. A nice drive by Church as she hits the right-handed layup. Gets it to fall, draws the foul. And Smith very happy about that on the sideline, as you can see. So Ajay back into the game for number 23, Whiters. Whiters listed at 5'3" on the program, but definitely a little bit more height than that to her. So Church up and in, and it's 45-31. Three-point play there for the Pacers. It's going to be number 21, Lunsford. Lunsford gets it over to number 10, Chambers. Chambers over to Carthen. Carthen over to number 21, Lunsford. Lunsford trying to drive in. She gets it over to number 10, Chambers. Shot clock running down. Texan puts up the shot off the back iron. Nothing going. Number 5, Merritt with the rebound. Merritt, nice bounce pass to Daniels. Daniels trying to use her talent, but Ajay strips the ball. Ajay with a good idea there to Lunsford. Just a little bit too much sauce on it. So number 11, Raven Johnson, back into the game for Averett. Brooke Carthen will take a breather. Carthen is such a big part of this team. Carthen, Rosia, Ajay, all three of them. Of course, then you've got Samantha Texan as well, who can put up some big numbers when she wants to. Kiara Smith as well. All really have fallen in well and replaced the shoes left by Sam Chandler. So number 11, Church, air ball on it. Averett with the rebound. Number 21, Lunsford. So Lunsford over to number 10, Chambers. Chambers puts up the tray. And she hit that one from deep center field, 48-31, 1:51 remaining in the third quarter. So number 11, Church, now with the ball. Bounce pass into number 12, Daniels. Daniels over to Ray. Ray back to Daniels. Daniels a little underhanded layup. Does not get the fall, but she will draw the foul. It's going to be Samantha Texan will get hit with the foul. Her first personal. Team fourth. Kajia Daniels at the line. She will get her first shot to fall. They're going to have number 13, Holloway, come back into the game for William Peace. So let's see if Daniels can hit the back end of her 2 attempts and make this a 15-point game. And that's exactly what she will do. And William Peace is not going to go away quietly. They are not a program built around rolling over. They're going to keep challenging you. They're going to keep running the ball. They're going to keep getting in your face. And hopefully they will, hoping to create a few turnovers and pick up some points off of those as well. So that's going to be number 10 now, Chambers, but the ball is stolen by Daniels. Daniels does a great job of switching directions on the fake. Johnson there with the rebound, though. Lunsford trying to drive it down, and she will go out for the layup and draw the foul. So final 60 seconds running down here on the third quarter. We've got a 15-point game between 2 of the top teams in the USA South North Division and really 2 of the top teams in the USA South Conference. So we're going to take a timeout here real quick on the Averett Sports Network. 48-33 is your score. 1:02 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the Averett Sports Network. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grand Center. 48-33 is your score. Lunsford at the line. Cameron Lunsford, the 5'4" freshman guard out of Apex, North Carolina. Does not get the first to fall. Here's the second attempt. And she will get the second one to fall, 49-33. Averett moving quickly back in transition, as it's going to be number 11, Church. Church over to Daniels. Daniels gets it into number 13, Holloway. Holloway puts up her shot. Does not get it to fall. Johnson there with the rebound. So Texan with the ball now. She's going to get it off to number 10, Chambers. Chambers back to Texan. Texan over to Lunsford. Lunsford inside to Johnson. Johnson into Ajay. Nothing going. William Peace with the board, but Johnson with the steal. Does not get her layup to fall. She will get her second attempt to fall off the rebound, though. And 51-33 is now the score. So it's going to be number 12 now, Daniels. And Daniels is going to get hit for the walk. So we're going to have number 25, Amy Hockaday, into the game. The 6' freshman forward out of Claypool, Arizona. Attended Miami University for a while as a student. Also Deja Umstead. NC State. And William Peace trying to end the quarter strong with a steal and basket, but Umstead unable to get it to fall. And even if she would have, I don't know if it would have counted as the buzzer was sounding, but we are through 3 quarters. 51-33 is your score. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back as we are starting the fourth quarter. The final 10 minutes of action about ready to get underway here. 51-33 is your score in favor of Averett. William Peace starting off the quarter with possession. Trying to start chipping into that deficit now as it's getting crunch time. So Sophia Church over to Daniels. Daniels gets it in over to number 13, Holloway. Holloway with the jumper does a good job of creating space there where there was no space. So Hockaday just takes away that rebound. She not get her shot to fall though. And it's going to be number 23 Whiters with the rebound. So Chambers gets it down to number 24 Carthen. Carthen back to Johnson. Johnson trying to get it over the top, but I believe it is Hockaday that's going to get called with and over to the back. That is her first, team first of the period. (51-33) is the score. So Texan on the rebound, or excuse me, inbound. Chambers going for the three, and she launches it, gets it to fall, and wow. Chambers hit that one from downtown and a couple of blocks over, and it's 54-33 now. Umstead with a nice shot, and she gets hers to fall. 54-35, so Umstead showing some great form on that jumper. It's a darn nice play, darn nice shot. So Carthen gets it over to Whiters. Whiters back over to Carthen. So Carthen inside to Johnson. Johnson gets it back to Chambers. Chambers gets the shot off, does not fall, but I believe she is fouled on the play. And she will go to the line. 54-35 is your score. 8:40 left in the game. First shot off the front iron, nothing going. So we're going to have number 25, Caitlin Reed, and number 5, Raina Davis Robinson checking into the game. So Caitlin Reed, the 5'6" freshman guard out of Cleveland, Tennessee, to Cleveland High School. So Zenise Chambers gets the second attempt in, 55-35, 20-point game now. So Umstead trying to drop down, using her speed, and wow, Umstead left-handed, light-footed, and gets it to fall, 55-37. And Umstead has really made her name here, made her presence felt over the opening minutes of this first quarter. So that is Robinson with the three-point attempt, Daniels with the rebound. Daniels trying to make it quickly back down the court. She's got Umstead all alone by the wing, but it doesn't matter as Daniels pushes it. So Umstead trying to get back, get into the face of Chambers, almost forces turnover. Unable to, though. Number 25, Reed, went up for it. Hockaday with a big block right there. Sophia Church. Church's layup does not fall, and it's off the hands of Caitlin Reed. Umstead, the 5'4" sophomore guard out of Raleigh, North Carolina. So we're going to have Alexis Rosia and Lunsford come back into the game. Lunsford, the freshman guard. And, of course, Rosia, the fifth-year senior guard out of South Carolina. And so Church, she's going to have the long shot. She will not get it to fall, and looked like it bounced off the hands of a Peace player, Eva Holloway, but they're going to say that it was touched by number 10, Chambers, I believe. Or no, excuse me, Chambers is not on the court. I believe it's Dana, or excuse me, Zenise, excuse me, number 21, Cameron Lunsford. So Daniels does a good job with the layup right there. It is now a 14-point game. And Lunsford with the layup on the feed from Robinson, and it's back to 16. So Sophia Church now trying to make something happen. She's going to drive in, layup, not falling. That's going to be number 23, Whiters, with the board out to Rosia. So Rosia back over to Robinson. Robinson back to Rosia. Rosia just setting things up right now, trying to slow the pace down a little bit. Cougars do have a 16-point lead, so Lunsford is going to take the long shot. Does not fall. Daniels with the rebound. Daniels with the pass over to Umstead. Umstead over to Church. Church inside to number 13, Holloway. Ziders with the rebound. Ziders over to Rosia. Rosia, a nice pass right there. Intended for Caitlin Reed, but Sophia Church, who was doing a good job of keeping up with the speed of Rosia, deflects off her foot. So we're going to see Michaela Ray come back into the game for the Pacers. Also Johnson coming back into the game for the Cougars. So Davis Robinson over to Rosia. Rosia cannot get her shot to fall. Ray there with the rebound over to Daniels. So Daniels gets over to Umstead. Umstead with the long ball, and she is that one from the parking lot up there by the baseball field here at the North Campus. And we're going to have a timeout on the court. We're going to be of the 30-second variety, so we are going to stay with you here. 57-44 is your score. 6:33 remaining in this game. So right now, Averett's speed and athleticism, especially on the defensive end, has been the big difference maker. As Averett running that man-to-man press defense that Huddy tried to establish a couple of years ago here and has done a good job at it. And it's really done the Cougars a good job, as well as their win totals just keep increasing over the year. And Huddy in her 8th season here. So Lunsford gets it over to Robinson. Nothing going. That is number 11, Johnson, with the rebound. Lunsford and Hickey wants another timeout. And it will be another 30-second timeout. 6:20 remaining here in this contest. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the Danville area on Tuesday night, make sure you come out here and check out the Averett boys team as they battle William Peace in USA South Conference action. William Peace right now, or excuse me, Averett men's team right now, 2-2 in the USA South Conference. 2-10 overall, but Averett's men's side has really played some elite competition thus far in the season and really did a good job against Longwood, especially in the first half and really over about the first 30 minutes of the game before Longwood's long shooting was able to take over. So Rosia gets it over to number 5, Davis Robinson. That ball is into Johnson. Johnson pushes it through, and it's back to a 15-point game, 59-54, 6:06 remaining in the contest. So Umstead right now with the ball. She is setting up the play. So Umstead trying to drive in. She will put it up off the glass. Does not fall. Hockaday doing a good job of getting in there using her size, but ball will go outside. So we're going to have number 44, Brianna Parmalee, and also number 24, Brooke Carthen, back into the game for Averett. So Huddy trying to get a little bit of size out there. William Peace is definitely a team predicated on getting the ball inside for high percentage shots, high percentage layups, also shots from the floor. So Carthen over to Parmalee. Parmalee over to Lunsford. Lunsford over to Johnson. Johnson over to Carthen. Shot clock running down. 4, 3, 2, 1. And Daniels is going to have the rebound, so the shot clock will reset down to Umstead. And Umstead puts his shot up. Rosia doing a great job right there to establish position, keeping her hands up, avoiding the blocking foul. And that is number 21, Lunsford. And Lunsford just releases a bomb, 62-44 now. And that might have just been the straw that broke the camel's back for the Pacers. But it's been a strong fourth quarter for Peace. So that is Hockaday getting it in there. That is a fun name to say right there. I wish I had a couple more times to say it this year, but of course William Peace says this. And Parmalee gets the layup off the dish from Rosia. But as I was saying, Hockaday, definitely a fun name to say. Fun name to get to call, but will not have the privilege of getting to call it, as William Peace will more than likely not be making another trip down here. Might see how it comes tournament time. But Daniels trying to get a three of her own, unable to get it. Parmalee coming down with the rebound. Of course, Parmalee, another name that's fun, coming out of Farron, Virginia, Franklin County, about 45 minutes up the road. Lunsford gets it over to Rosia. Rosia tries to get into Parmalee, a little bit too much off the hand. So we're going to have Courtney Hunt and number 25, Caitlin Reed, coming into the game for Peace, or for Averett. And I apologize, but I missed these subs for William Peace, but I believe it is number 5, Marriott, and then number 24, Ray, coming back into the game. Ray with the ball now. She gets it right over to Hockaday, and I believe that is going to be number 14, Hunt. The 5'5" freshman guard out of Reidsville, North Carolina. Short little trip down over the border from Danville. Only about 95 miles separate these two schools. So Ray driving to the basket, and it is Johnson with the rebound, and number 14, Courtney Hunt, with a cool little spin move there. Little bounce pass over to number 25, Reed. Reed gets her to Rosia, and Rosia launches the three. Parmalee doing a nice job getting that rebound over Hockaday. Collision there on the court. Hockaday to the floor. She is up and okay, thank goodness. And the ball is out of bounds. And Averett is going to get to keep possession. So we're going to have number 32, Anisha Royal, into the game. Royal also from Reidsville, North Carolina, Bartlett Yancey High School. Bartlett Yancey. Speaking of Bartlett Yancey, they have, and Parmalee now inside the paint to Rosia. Parmalee with the hook. Ray coming down with the rebound. Daniels with the ball now, trying to get it down. Daniels gets it over to, Marriott. Marriott gets her own rebound, feeds it back out to Daniels. Daniels pushes it in, 64-48. Bartlett Yancey, though, is not, the girls' side, not had a easy schedule at all this year, as they have played some of the top talent in the North Carolina area. 14 and a Courtney Hunt. Rosia gets it over to 32, Royal. Royal can't get her shot to fall. Daniels with the rebound. Daniels quickly trying to get it down. Stops, pulls up, jumper at the free throw line, gets it to fall. 14-point game now, 2:25 remaining. So look now, but William Peace doing what, and that is going to be number 14, Hunt, with the long ball. Ray getting it, and William Peace has really picked up the pace here. Umstead over to Daniels, and what a connection right there between Umstead and Daniels, as Daniels was streaking in down the middle. Umstead hits her in stride with a perfect pass. Rosia puts it up. Her basket falls in, 66-52, but William Peace really using that speed right there to get the ball quickly down the court and create a little something. So Huddy wants a timeout, one of the full variety. So we are going to take a full timeout with him here on the Averett Sports Network. Going to get a little something to drink, wet my whistle, wet my throat, and we'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network. Averett 66, William Peace 52. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Down to the final 158 left in this contest. I've seen too much music here lately. Umstead trying to drive in and bounce pass, and it's going to hit off the foot of Parmalee and go out of bounds. William Peace ball, 159, 66-52 is the score. Peace still with plenty of time to try to get back into this one. And Daniels over to Ray. Ray driving in, puts it up. Will not fall. Ray grabs her own rebound, though. Grabs her own rebound again, puts another one up, and third time is a charm as Ray gets her shot to fall as she was catching an incidental elbow to the nose. So now we're starting to see this press come out from Peace. Half-court press as it was number 5, Merritt, number 12, Daniels, and then also Ray there all over number 14, Hunt, the freshman out of Reedsville, North Carolina. And Parmalee getting whistled with the foul. So Parmalee coming from another high school, traditionally very successful program in Franklin County. So Hockaday gets it out to number 5, Merritt. Merritt into Daniels. Daniels puts it up, and she gets it to go in. And we got a 66-56 game now. So 10-point contest, 30-second timeout here on the court. So we are going to stay with you here on the Averett Sports Network. No need to switch off for 30-second timeout. So right now, game time, we're looking at about an hour and 27 minutes. And I tell you, William Peace has really done a great job. They trail by as many as 20 here about midway through the quarter. But they have really come back, though, and cut that deficit down to 10. It's a very manageable deficit right now with 1:03 left on the clock. That is a lifetime in basketball. And we'll see if William Peace can try to battle back and tie it or possibly pick up the win in regulation, or if Averett can hold out here. And there's a loose ball picked up by Ray. Ray gets it over to Umstead. Umstead with the three, and Umstead drills it. 7-point game, half-court press once again for the Pacers. And a rattling Rosia. That ball will get tipped out of bounds. I believe the ball will stay with the Cougars, though. So it's going to be number 2, Barnes, back into the game. Meanwhile, Samantha Texan back into the game for the Cougars. I had been saying it for a good chunk of the third and fourth quarter that William Peace is more than capable of putting together big runs and big plays, and they've been able to do it, and they've really relied on their inside game, staying calm under pressure, and as you've seen here towards the midway part of this quarter, they really have started doing a great job of pressing. And Rosia puts up the tray that is going to do it. 69-59, 25 seconds. Peace was really pressing there, really trying to get the Cougars to commit a turnover. Averett doing a great job, though, responding and countering back with some quick passing to keep the Pacers from fouling and stopping the clock. Found Rosia on the left wing. Rosia does what she does best, throws up the three, gets it to drain. 69-59, 21.7 seconds. So Smith, and we're going to see a foul there from Umstead. The almost obligatory foul at this point, as you're really starting to get down into the final few possessions of this game. Peace is trying to stop the clock. And Daniels does a great job of almost getting in there and stripping Rosia the ball. Rosia, though, she's got her speed on. She's going to get it over to Johnson. Johnson back over to Rosia. Rosia behind the back bounce pass to Carthen. And the final 4 seconds clicking down here, ticking down. And Averett is going to walk out with a 69-59 win. And they will put themselves in an extremely good position to sit atop the USA South Conference North Division. We are going to take a quick break here on the Averett Sports Network, grab some stats. But when we come back, I'll be live with the FMS postgame show for you here on the Averett Sports Network. And so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Grant Center for the FMS postgame show. If you are just joining us, Averett holds off a late William Peace rally, or an attempted William Peace rally, to escape with a 69-59 win and set themselves up in good position to take over the top spot in the USA South Northern Division. So we're going to take a look here at some of the leaders. First for William Peace, Kajia Daniels comes in 28 total points on the game, including a string of about 8 there consecutive in the fourth quarter that helped somewhat jumpstart this Pacers run. Also, Deja Umstead coming off the bench to pick up 10 points on 2 of 2 3-point shooting. And then Michaela Ray, and this is the big difference, ladies and gentlemen. Michaela Ray entered today's game averaging almost 20 points per game, thanks to Averett's tight man-to-man zone man-to-man zone defense. That's a contradiction. Man-to-man press defense held to 6 points on the game. Also, another big factor in this one, Averett 59-39 edge on the rebounding end of things. And that was one of the big differences there in this ball game, is a lot of those came on the defensive end, and Averett used those to its advantage. So now we're going to take a look at some of the leaders for Averett, which had 3 players finish in double-digit scoring. First off, Brooke Carthen continues her tear through this 4-game winning streak for the Cougars. 14 points leading the team. Meanwhile, Raven Johnson close behind, 13 points. But ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Raven Johnson, 19 total rebounds to complete the 13-19 double-double. And then Alexis Rosia adds 10 points as well, and also a pair of rebounds. So we're going to take a look here